Can you guys please leave a comment on my channel? Just let me know what house you guys have Libra in, and I will respond to you and tell you what you're likely to expect during this eclipse. If I don't get back to you, it's because I probably already answered your house. So make sure you're having a bit of a look around to see if someone else has already suggested your house. So people, welcome back to my YouTube. Thank you guys for tuning in. My name is Honey and I'm going to be talking about this new moon going on. So before we even get into that, check out my website honeysastro.com, where I have a load of blogs talking about transits, placements. I have lots of workshops, I've got classes, and I've also got my services all available on my website honeysastro.com. Let's get into it. The last time we had a solar eclipse in Libra was in 2004 and then in 2005. Take yourself back to that time 19 years ago. What happened? What were you doing? I know what I was doing, and it wasn't anything good, because those are likely to be the same or similar sorts of themes we're likely to experience with this solar eclipse. And this energy is likely to last us for about a year. So what does that mean for us? When you think about Libra energy, Libra represents other people, relationships, marriages, balance, harmony, peace, justice, diplomacy. It kind of relates a lot to how we relate to others. And right now what we have in Libra is the sun. We've got probably the moon when you get to this video, Mars, South Node. Mars actually goes into Scorpio about 2 days before the solar eclipse, but it's still going to be valid with Mars being in Scorpio. Now when you think about the South Node, which relates to our past, even past life, in relation to what we're talking about, there's something from our past that we have to learn to kind of make peace with and let go when it comes to this energy, because this solar eclipse will be just a few degrees away from the South Node. So it's going to be very impactful when it comes to the node. As the solar eclipse will be at 21 degrees of Libra, anybody that has Libra, Cancer, Aries, Capricorn, between the mid and the late degree of those signs, you're personally affected, okay? I am, my moon's affected, my sun is affected, I'm affected, but most of us are likely to feel the impact of this eclipse. Now, because Mars is also going to be involved within this solar eclipse, Mars is what brings up a lot of the conflict and drama, and we're likely to have more intention behind us when it comes to how we're responding to people and to the things that we're passionate about. If we're talking about Mars and also the South Node being involved with the run up towards the eclipse, there's likely to be a feeling of something from the past being brought up to the surface that we need to be active about. It's almost like dating someone and you've had issues for a very long time, but now is the time to action these issues. You've been talking about it for ages, but now is the time to actively respond and do something about these issues that you've been complaining about. And because Libra relates to imbalance, it's the scales, right? We are likely to feel very indecisive, uncertain, and very unbalanced in our life when it comes to a relationship that we have. Now that can be with a romantic partner, it can be with a platonic friendship, but someone significant is likely to have us feel a little bit uncertain. And there's likely to be some type of event that can happen that can lead you to question your relationship with that person moving forward. Now, as this is going to be at the 21st degree of Libra, Pluto is also going to be forming a square to this new moon. Pluto is currently at 27 degrees of Capricorn. This is literally the last lap of Capricorn. So again, a lot of us who have planets in the later degrees of the cardinal signs, we are going to feel the T-square, the grand cross, whatever you've got going on, we're going to feel the energy of this new moon. Pluto is a death, rebirth, crisis, trauma, regeneration, psychological power, manipulation, control. And with this square to the eclipse, we're going to feel a lot of intensity, very intense emotions, and you're likely going to feel like it's time that you took your power back, feeling a lot more controlled in your situation. And I feel a lot of that is also contributing to the nodes, because the North Node is in Aries. North Node is direction, the things that we can be very fearful of, but it's what our spirit desires us to do. And with Aries, which represents independence, strength, being very bold and being very comfortable in in your full identity or your full sense of self. So I feel like a lot of people are gonna have that indecisive feeling of, should I end this relationship or friendship, or should I just continue with what I'm doing? And I do feel like there's likely to be some sort of event where Pluto is going to kind of force your hand to make a decision. And the North Node being involved here can make you feel like, you know what, fuck this. I can be strong, independent, live my life on my own. Who cares about this guy? Who cares about that girl? Who cares? It can make you or put you in that position. And what you've got to realize is with the eclipse, it's about you trying to find ways to mend that relationship. This is actually a really good time for you to go and have some sort of couples therapy or some sort of conversation where you lay everything out on the table and you really find ways to mend any of those issues that you have had with that person previously. The South Node is asking you to let go of the things that has been holding you back in that friendship, relationship, business relationship, whatever it could be, whatever's been holding you back. How can you release that and allow yourself to move forward independently while still feeling that sense of peace? Does that make sense? And as we look at Libra being the sign of peace, sometimes what I think can be confusing about this energy is that we may think peace means I can just cut this person off and now I've got my peace. And that's the North Node saying you can be peaceful, but in order for you to be peaceful, you got to be on your own. And that's if your relationship had already been showing lots of weaknesses anyway, which isn't a bad thing. But even if you were supposed to end things with you and that person, it's got to end amicably. You've got to create the peace together to go your separate ways. So over the last couple of months, especially in the literally recently in the last couple of weeks, we have witnessed a lot of celebrity relationships go through divorces, break up. One of the most shocking divorces I saw or process to divorce was Young Jeezy and Jenny May. I've spoken about Jenny May's chart a lot on my channel and also in my readings with my client. I also actually made a post about them on my Instagram, not on my Twitter, where I spoke vigorously about their relationship in the synastry and why I felt like it didn't work. And it's quite interesting because with them, they are both Aries moon, but they're very heavily cardinal. I think Jeannie May, she has Pluto aspecting her sun and her moon, I believe. And she also is going through her Pluto square, I think, as well right now, which happens in your mid-30s. And with Jeezy, I think he's got his Mars in Cancer or Mars in Libra. Either way, they're both very heavy cardinal people. And they are going through a divorce that shocked everyone because their life looked like it was so perfect initially. Now, not only them, also got Tiana Taylor and her husband Aman, who are going through a divorce as well. They're breaking up. Britney Spears and her ex, they're breaking up. Tina Knowles and her ex-husband. Kyle Richards from Real Housewives of one of the franchises I can't remember. Her and her husband, they are going through a divorce as well. Drew Sidora from Real Housewives of Atlanta, she's going through a divorce as well. And Eva from America's Next Top Model, she's also going through a divorce. Like, she's actually been posting quite a lot on social media and people are very shocked to see how different she looks in her body. And she's actually a Scorpio sun, an early degree Scorpio sun with Pluto conjunct, and she's also an early degree Aquarius moon. But Pluto, right, is in the late degrees of Capricorn. So Pluto is still forming a square, you know, to her energy. So she's going through a major change in her life. So all of those people are all going through divorces. There's so much more to even get into, but these are people who have a lot of cardinal energy, at least a lot of Aries and Libra, where they are breaking up and going through divorces. And we're going to see a lot of that over the next 12 months where couples are literally going to be going through it. Now the thing is, Saturn is exalted in Libra and Saturn is very good for setting long-term goals. So this would be the perfect timing to have that discussion with someone who you are in a business relationship with, friendship, romantic relationship, where you see your relationship going, what you would like from your relationship in the future, and just having those serious conversations and setting yourself some relationship goals. You also want to have a look at what's happening with your Venus in your chart as well, where transit Venus is likely to be moving through your chart because Venus is the ruler of Libra. So Venus is going to make some important transits transits during this time is likely to affect all of us. So make sure you are checking to see where your Venus is or where transit Venus is and how it's making aspects in your chart. So people, that is my video for the solar eclipse in Libra. I have also got a blog page where I have written out the solar eclipse for each individual sign. So if you guys are interested to find out more about how it's going to affect you personally, make sure you guys check out my blog. I will link it in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.